Welcome to Using Audacity for Music Theory, Volume 3. The Audacity project format, or .aup format, is not a good format for saving a file on one machine that needs to be opened and read on another machine, even if that other machine has the Audacity application installed. So we need to discover how to export the audio from these projects into standard MP3 formatted files. It's a very simple procedure, and we're going to use the files that were recorded during Volume 2. So I'm going to open Audacity. And to export this file as an MP3, we're going to go to the File menu and choose Export as MP3. Now, I'm going to give this a title of 123.mp3. And just to let you know, I had some problems with the keyboard shortcuts not being disabled when the Save As dialog box is open. You can fix that in the Audacity Preferences panel on keyboard and just clear all the keyboard shortcuts. Or on a Windows machine, that would be the File Properties panel in the Keyboards tab. Alright, so when I click Save, it's going to take me to an Edit ID3 Tags box. You probably have a message saying, if this is your first time to export as an MP3, that this application needs to be linked to the lamelib MP3 encoder file that we downloaded in Volume 1. Go ahead and say yes. You want to find that file now, and remember where we saved it. Audacity 1.2.5 on the desktop. Inside that folder is another folder called Audacity, and the lamelib file should be found there. Okay, so the ID3 tags for these MP3 files, I like to use these when I have assignments for my classes. For the title, I usually have the student type in their name. In this case, this was Charlie Parker's excerpt. For artist, maybe I like to have them type in their class period. So Charlie Parker is in third period. For the album, that's usually going to be the topic of the assignment. In this case, it was the major pentachord. And sometimes I even give my students specific numbers to type in for the track number. This just makes sure they sort correctly whenever I copy all these files into my iTunes library. Now I'm going to click OK. Few seconds will pass. I'm going to hide the Audacity application, and you'll see on my desktop I have a 123.mp3 file that is ready to send to the teacher. My name is Charlie Parker. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. Okay, let's look at one of these files that we've prepared for the College Board. We'll start with this one. Again, we need to export this as an MP3 format, so from the File menu, Export as MP3. We need to give this a name. I'm going to call this, when you export a file for the College Board, you use your AP candidate number. My AP candidate number was 123456778. Again, I'm going to save it for now on my desktop. When you save a file for the College Board, you don't want to change the ID3 tags window. It needs to be left blank. Now, sometimes by saying don't change, some people interpret that to mean cancel changes. But hitting the cancel button in this box actually gives you some bad results. I'm going to hide the Audacity application now, and you'll see a file here, but when I get info for this file, there are 0 kilobytes of data associated with the file. This is something that can't be played back. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Audacity. We're going to export as an MP3. We're going to give it the same file name, my AP candidate number. We're going to choose to save. And we're going to replace the existing file with the new file. This time, without making changes, I'm going to click OK. Now the audio is exported as an MP3. When I check the info for this file, it has 348 kilobytes of information, and it can be played back. My AP candidate number is 123456778. Alright, let's look at that last file that we had recorded for the College Board. Set up on 3 different tracks. The only thing that's different about exporting this is when you choose to export as an MP3, it warns you that these 3 tracks will mix down to a single mono channel. That's quite okay. Other than that, let's give this one a different candidate number. We'll call it 87654321. Again, Without making changes to the ID3 tag, click OK. Alright, once that's exported, we can hide the Audacity application. You'll find the new MP3 file. It plays back correctly. My AP candidate number is 1234567 and it's ready to be submitted to the College Board. You now know all you need to know to record and export audio using Audacity for music theory.